southwest of Mathura. Then we reach to Madhuvan. Madhuvan is the place where in the age of Satya Yuga, Madhu demon used to stay. And this Daitya was so subtle that one day he stolen the Vedic knowledge from the heart of Brahma. Can you imagine what kind of a demon and thief he was, that he has stolen the Vedic knowledge from the heart of Brahma. And Brahma, he went to their lordship and he begged that it would be you only who can help me out. And then Lord, he came to this particular place and killed Madhu demon. And that's why Lord is known as a Madhusudana. And from his name, this vana or forest is known as a Madhuvana. And this is the place where Lord used to perform wonderful pastimes along with his cowherd boys. Then in the age of Treta, again in the age of Krita Yuga only, in Satya Yuga, when Dhruva Maharaj got chastised and got troubled by his mother, then he came to this forest and he wanted to perform austerities because his mother, Suniti, she told him that if you really want to get rid of the sufferings, then you have to go and take shelter of the Lordship. Only he can fulfill all the desires of all the living entities. And he will show you the particular path or your desired destination, only he can award you. Because Dhruva had a strong desire in his mind that he wanted to achieve a place which has not achieved by his great-grandfather, who is none other than Lord Brahma. So he wanted to get that place even Brahma can't get. And from where nobody can throw him away. And he was very determined. The name itself, Dhruva, means Dhrida, who is determined. So he, as per the instruction of his mother, he left his palace and walked towards the forest. And happened to be, he came to that particular forest, which is known as a Madhuvana, and started performing his austerities by his own method. But if you perform austerities or any kind of a sadhana as per your desire or as per your convenience, that does not give a proper result. Ultimately, you need to take a shelter of spiritual master. And when we choose a spiritual master, because as we are unqualified and not that much spiritual advanced that we can choose a proper spiritual master. So it's the Lord who sits in your heart as a Chaitya Guru. He guides you the particular person. And he sends you that pure devotee who can liberate you. So here, Lord sent Devashi Narad to Dhruva Maharaj. And when he came, because when you approach your spiritual master, and if that spiritual master is genuine, and he is in parampara, then what he does, first of all, he tastes you. He tries to check it out that whether you are really serious about spiritual life, really want to get something out of that. So, Devashi Narad, he started testing him. And he said, you are such a nice boy. You are such a tender and very delicate boy. You are having just 5 years old. What you are doing in this forest? Some carnivorous animal will come and they will eat you up. Just go back. Your mother has just chastised you. Ultimately it's your mother. You should not bother by that. Just go back. Play with your brother. Stay in your palace. But Dhruva, as per his name, he was determined. Whatever he desired, he wanted to get that. So he said, Devarshi Narada, my heart is already troubled and it is totally disturbed. And in this disturbed condition, I can't accept any other instruction from you other than which will help me out to perform my sadhana. So if you have something to achieve my goal, then please instruct me into that. Otherwise, please leave me out. That's the qualification of a disciple. That he should be convinced and he should be determined for his desired result or for his desired goal. So Dhruva, he passed in Narad Muni's test. And then Devarshi Narada, he blessed him and instructed him into the path of proper devotional service. He told him that you stay on the bank of Yamuna in the Madhuvan, take 3 times bath into Yamuna river, worship their Lordship Hari, and chant the mantra which is known as the Dvadasha Akshara mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. And for next 6 months, Dhruva Maharaj chanted this same mantra and he performed such a severe activity and austerity that all the demigods, they got into trouble and they ran toward their Lordship and they asked him, because when Dhruva in the 6th month, he stopped breathing even. And when he stopped breathing, actually he correlated himself with the cosmic manifestation. And when he stopped breathing, the total air in the cosmic manifestation in the universe got stuck. Demigods are not able to even breathe. So they got suffocated. They ran toward their Lordship and they said, what's happening? We are not understanding. What is the reason behind them? Then Lord Hari, who is also known as the Krishna Garbha, he spoke to demigods that don't worry. This whole thing is happening because of Dhruva. Because he is performing such a severe activity or such a austerity that he has controlled over the whole material nature. And now I am forced to go and appear in front of him and blessed him with them. As Dhruva was standing on his one leg and with a full concentration, he was concentrating his mind on the lotus feet of the Lordship, who resides as a Sharadakshaya Vishnu in the heart. And when he was doing that, he was so much absorbed that he forgot everything. So when Lord appeared in front of him, for a while, he just disappeared from his heart, so that Dhruva can open his eyes and see the original personality of a Godhead who is standing in front of him, rather than his expansion who is there in the heart. And then Dhruva immediately just opened his eyes and for his amazement, what he saw, their Lordship in front of him. And then Lord asked him, you start praying me. You start offering prayers. Dhruva said, I am such a small boy and I don't have proper intelligence to offer you prayer. I am not capable to do that. Then Lord, with his conch shell, he touched his forehead. Conch shell is to be considered as the emblem of knowledge. All Vedas, they resides in the Lord's conch shell. Because that's the source of Shabda Brahma. Because sound waves never get destroyed in this and material spiritual and material world also. So, Lord touched Dhruva's forehead with his conch shell and asked him to pray now. And then, what comes out of Dhruva Maharaj? He said, Sthanavilashi tapasi sthitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam kanchan vichinvam api divyaratnam swamin prutharto asmin varam nayacha. He said, oh my Lord, I was performing this austerity to attain that place which has not attended by anyone in this material world. Sthanavilashi tapasi sthito. But what has happened now? Tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam. As a result of my austerities, what I have got it? Which is difficult to get even for the great rishis and munis. And what is that? Kanchan vichinvam api divyaratnam. Someone is begging for the broken glass. And what's he get in his hand? Diamond. Api divyaratnam. It is said divya, means totally transcendental. And that I have achieved. So, Swami Prutharto Asmi. Oh my Lord, I am totally satisfied. Varam Nayachar. I don't want any kind of a benedictions. That's what happened when, if you are blessed by your spiritual master to perform your sadhana. And the desired result of that sadhana, that your material desires totally get purified. And what you have desire only? To serve their Lordship. And that's what we can learn from Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. And this is the place where this pastime had happened. Right now they have this Dhruva Narayan Mandir there. They have this beautiful deity of Dhruva Narayan. And this place is known as a Dhruva Tila, where Dhruva Maharaj performed his austerities. Most of the devotees in the month of Kartik and the followers of Gaudiya Sampradaya, they go and stay this particular place and perform their devotional service, specifically chanting and reading Bhagavatam. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was staying in Jagannath Puri, he was very much fond of hearing Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. He used to hear two pastimes from the Gadadhar Pandit. One is Prahlad Maharaj and second is Dhruva Maharaj. It is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita, sometimes they used to forget how many times they have read it in one day. Both they used to cry incessantly. Lord Gauranga himself and Gadadhar also. Even today also you can find the handwritten Srimad Bhagavatam by Gadadhar Pandit there in that Gaudiya Math, which is next to Tota Gopinath Mandir. And all the letters they have wiped out due to the tears of Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit from that Talapatra. So Lord Gauranga has an intense attachment for the pastime of Dhruva. So this is the place where most of the Gaudiya devotees they go, they stay and they read Srimad Bhagavatam, particularly Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. That happened in the age of Krita, Satya Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga also this place had a very much importance. Those days there used to live one demon. His name was also Madhu. And he was so powerful. And he was the devotee of Lord Shiva. And by his severe austerities, he pleased Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva granted him his own Trishul. And because of that Trishul, he was unconquerable. Even though that Madhu was none other than one of the prince from Surya Vamsha. But due to the association of abominable people and demonic mentality, he got thrown out from the kingdom. And he started to stay here in this Madhuvan. And when he got that boon from Lord Shiva and his Trishul, he started torturing all the people, even animals, human beings, rishis. He was creating such a trouble that all the rishis who were performing austerities in that particular place, that time all they went to Ayodhya. And they asked their lordship, Ramachandra, please protect us, because it's your kingdom. And in the kingdom of your, there should not be trouble to any subject. And we are staying in Aranya, Vana. We are Vanavasis. And we are also your subject. So please take care of us. The Lord Ramachandra heard everything from them. And he just looked at Shatrugna. And he asked him, Shatrugna, it's now your responsibility. Please go and kill that demon. Actually, before that, before Ramachandra appeared, this Madhu was there, and to kill the Madhu, Mandhata came. Mandhata was one of the king who used to rule Ayodhya. He came, but he got killed from that Madhu because of that unconquerable trident of Lord Shiva. And when this Madhu died, he handed over that Trishul to his own son, who was known as a Lavanasura, and specifically told him that when you are with your Trishul, nobody will conquer you. You always conquer all the opponents. But if you are bereft of your Trishul and trident, if you are away from that, and if someone comes, then that person will kill you. So be careful. So at the age of Treta Yuga, when Lord Ramachandra was ruling on the earth, he sent Shatrugna, and before sending Shatrugna to this particular place, he coronated him as a king of that place. Now you are going there, so you are going there as a king of that place. So it's your duty to remove all disturbance there. So go and kill that Lavanasura. Then Shatrugna, he offered prayers to the Lordship Ramachandra, and he asked him, I would like to take that Varaha deity which you have got it from Lanka. When Lord Varaha appeared to this material world to kill Hiranyaksha, he killed him. After killing him, he started residing in Mathura itself, on the Vishram Ghat. And in the deity form, he was staying there. One day, Indra came and took that deity to Swargaloka. And when Ramana came to know that he has taken that deities of Lord Varaha from Vishram Ghat, he attacked on heavenly planets, he defeated King Indra, and he took that deities and went to Sri Lanka and he installed it there. When he got killed, the Lord Ramachandra got that deities back to Ayodhya. They were worshipping in their palace. And when Shatrugna wanted to come to Mathura, he asked for that deities. And he took that deities from Ayodhya and came to Mathura and properly installed them at that particular place where Lord Varaha took rest at the first time when he appeared and killed Hiranyaksha. When he got tired, he came there and sat there. So today, if you go, that deity is still there. Yesterday we have seen and had a darshan of that deities. The deities are known as, there are two deities, one is Shveta Varaha and one is Rakta Varaha. Raktavara, which is known as Adi Varaha, that was installed by Shatrugna, and that deities is still there. That's very beautiful deities there. Then Shatrugna reached Madhuvan, and all the sages, they told him, there is a cave where this Lavanasura is staying. But he is there now, and he is with his Trishul, so you can't defeat him. What do you have to do when he comes out without his Trishul? He goes for a hunting, he kills animals, gets them and eat them. That time he never uses his Trishul. So that time you have to attack, and you have to kill him. So Shatrugna was waiting for that. And when Lavanasura came out of his cave and went, he hunted some elephant, other animals, and he sat there and he was eating them. That time there, Shatrugna challenged him. And there was a turbulent fight was there in between them. And Shatrugna made sure that this person should not enter to his cave. If he enters to his cave and once gets his Trishul, it will be difficult to kill him. So ultimately, with one particular astra, he killed Lavanasura. And because of the effect of Lavanasura, even today also, all the water in the Vrajmandal is salty. You won't get a sweet water to drink there. And that's why even in the Dwapar Yuga also, when Lord Krishna was there, he is still there, but when he was performing his activities, which can be visible for everyone, that time also all the kundas used to have a same salty water. That's why all the gopis, they used to go and fetch water from the Yamuna. And still they are getting water for drinking from Yamuna. So next to this place, which is known as Maholi now. Previously it was known as a Madhuvan, but right now this place is known as a Maholi. There they have this beautiful kunda, which is known as a Krishna Kunda. Once what happened, the Lordship was grazing his cows there, and he was along with his cowherd boys. They felt very thirsty, and they wanted to drink the water. But that place there was nothing, and Yamuna was quite far away from there. Then what to do? Lord's one name is Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi. He is expert to get them the things which are not possible for anyone. Aghatit, which can't happen, he will make it happen. So what he did with his flute, he just digged one pond, created one pond, and asked Ganges to come there and fill it so they can get a sweet water. So this Krishna Kunda has a sweet water there, where all the cows and cowherd boys, they got a chance to drink water. On the bank of this Kunda, there is a nice deity of Dauji. Once when they went to Kurukshetra, and there they promised all the Gopas and Gopis that I will come and see you in Vrindavan. So that time Lord Krishna never came back to Vrindavan. But by seeing the intense separation of Vrajavasis, Baldev ji got compassionate to them. And he came to Vrindavan. And when he came and he saw that pathetic condition of Gopas and Gopis, he felt so sorry about them. And they had such an intense love for their Lordship that Balramji turned himself into Shamavarna, Krishna Varna. And that's why here they have this deity of Balramji, black deities. So Dauji has this particular form at Krishna Kunda in Madhuvan, and he is having Revati on the one side, and another side he has Ganges. Both they are there with the Dauji. And this is the place where they have a Baitak of Mahaprabhu. Vallabhacharya has his Baitak there. And this is the temple of Shatrughna in the Madhuvan. Then further we walk another 2.5 kilometers. Then we reach at Talvan. This place today is known as a Tarasi. And those days it was a very beautiful place. And Lord used to go there with his friends and cows. But one day, some boys like a Madhumangal and Sudama, Sridama, Subal, they smelled very nice fragrance. And Madhumangal got a large appetite. Immediately said, Krishna, I am hungry now. And I think there are some wonderful fruits are surrounding me. So can you help me out to get them? Then Subal said, I have heard from our elders, actually this place belongs to Kamsa. And he has his own garden of tala trees. And this fragrance is coming from that ripe tala fruits. So better to get into danger, we should leave from here. Then Krishna told them, anyhow you have come here now. Now you are on the verge of death only. So better die after eating this tala fruit. What difference it makes? At least now you have come. So let's go and get tala fruits here. So very happily, with a joyful mood, all the cows and coward boys, they entered in the tala. Balramji just went up on the tree and he started getting fruits. He came down again and he started shaking the trees. So all the fruits started dropping down. And all the boys, they were just enjoying, they are eating fruits. And that time, the guard of that garden was none other than Dhenukasura. He came there. And he saw that Balramji is plucking fruits and he's shaking trees and he's creating a lot of disturbance. So he came and with his hind legs, he kicked on Balramji's chest. And Balramji actually is very compassionate. In Lord's Vraja Leela, very few demons are killed by Balramji. This time, he got really angry. Because someone comes and directly punch on your chest, then you will not tolerate. So Balramji just catched his hind legs, and whirled him around. While he was whirling him, Dhenuka itself lost his life. And then he thrown him away and he went and fell down one of the trees, and that tree also got fallen. Then all the friends of Dhenukasura, they came and they attacked on Krishna Balaram. Then both brothers, they had a nice time. They killed all these demons. They killed whoever there, all the guards, these donkeys, everyone got killed there. And then they cleared away everything, and that garden or this Talavana got purified and clear for all the Vrajavasis. And there they have a wonderful temple of Dauji. These are the deities of Dauji. These are also installed by Vajrana, the great grandson of Krishna. So on the altar they are having the Lordship Sri Krishna. In the middle they are having Dauji. On the other hand side they are having the Revati. And this is the place in front of the temple. They are having this kunda. In Vrindavan, Vajrana, he established more than 2000 kundas. Rather than temples, he made kundas where people can come, stay and do their bhajan. Because in the scripture it is said that on the bank of lake it is very peaceful to do your sadhana. As in Srimad Bhagavatam, when these prachatas they went for performing austerity as per the instruction of their father Prajapati Daksha, they came across one particular lake where even Lord Shiva was meditating on Lord Sankarsana. And there it is written that lake is the place where one can sit and meditate on their Lordship, because lake has a very stable water. It never gets disturbed. So like that, if someone sits near that water, then his mind also gets settled down, gets stable, and it becomes very easy to perform his sadhana. So Vajrana, he has established more than 2000 kundas all over the Vrajmandal. So this is one of the most important kunda in Madhuvan, Talvan, which is known as a Sankarshan. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he writes in Krishna Samhita, the book written by him, where he describes about the demons killed by Krishna in Vrindavan Leela. And there he mentions about this Dhenukasur. This Dhenukasur, he represents some bad qualities that each and every living entity has in his heart. And which one is that? Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, donkey has a particular mentality. One, that donkey is very lusty. Second, even though there is a green grass which is freely available around, he never eats that, but he runs behind the person who takes care of him, like a washerman or like a pot maker, and they use him like anything. They beat that donkey, they feed him very less, but he is happy with that. So these are the mentality of a materialistic people. They are always into sense enjoyment, they are too attached for sense gratification, and they are having a tendency to squeeze out the happiness from the suffering, as donkey does. And to kill that particular propensities, who you need? You need a spiritual master. And that's why Balaramji, who is Adi Guru, or who is considered as a Guru Tattva, he has killed Dhenukasura, not Krishna. So this materialistic, enjoying propensity in your heart can be eradicated only by the mercy of spiritual master, not by even Lord Krishna. That happens only by the mercy of spiritual master. And we have to understand this particular thing from this particular pastime of the Lord. So this is the tal tree they have in the Daoji temple. That used to be the forest of tala trees, but now there are only one tala tree there, not much more. When we pass from here further,
does it have that fruits?
It's not there actually, because that weather is, now the weather is not that suitable so that it can give fruits. But you can find tala fruits in Mayapur, you can get it. Even Jagannath Puri also you can get it. Even in Mumbai also you can get it. So Tala, they are able to produce, but this tree is not producing that much. When we walk further towards Shantanu Kund, so in between we enter next Vana, which is known as a Kumudavan. Amongst the 12 forests, it is very small Vana. It is considered to be as a very small forest among the 12 forests. And it has a kunda which is known as a Kumuda Kunda. Kumuda means lotus. And that lake is always full of lotuses. When Lord and their friends, they used to go there, they used to play around, they used to make nice garlands of this lotus flower, and they used to put each other. Right now, this is the condition of Kumudvan. Only barren land is there. Because no one has taken care of that. So, gradually everything is got, what we say, Atikraman? Encroachment. People have encroached that. They have just filled the earth into that and they are cultivating, they are using it as a farm. Now everything got disappeared. That photo was very long back, some of the 70s, some devotee has taken it.
Was the tourism photo?
Yeah. That used to be this photo was somewhere taken in 70s. And Prabhupada came first time that time. And Lord used to have a wonderful pastimes with his friends there. Then from there, if you go on the western side of this place, actually this Vana is known as a Kudarvana, not Kumudavana. So this is Padma Kunda, which is another Kunda on the west side of the Kumuda Kunda. In the Satyuga, Kapil Muni, he came and performed his austerities here, just to please their lordship. And when the lordship Krishna pleased with him, he appeared to him. He gave him his darshan. And this particular kunda, it is said in Vrindavan Mahima Amrit, Sanatana Goswami has written down, whoever goes there and takes bath into this kunda, he gets the conclusion of whole Vedic knowledge. No need to go and get done your Sanskrit course for 12 years to read scriptures. You can just go and dip into this kunda and you will be blessed with the conclusion of Vedic knowledge. That's why this is known as a Ganga Sagar also. These are the nice deities of Kapila. They were there at Padma Kunda. Very few Babajis actually, they go and stay there and they do their sadhana. Very, very rarely. When we walk from there towards Govardhan, so another 5 kilometers if you keep walking, then you will reach Mathura Govardhan road. On the roadside only, they are having one kunda, which is known as the Shantanu Kunda, which is named after Maharaj Shantanu, who was father of Bhishma. When he got married with Ganga, Mother Ganga told him that you can enjoy me as much you want, but whatever I do, you should not question it. So he begetted 7 sons from Mother Ganges. And every time she used to give birth to that child and used to go in the river and she used to kill that child. And Maharaj Shantanu saw that. Up to 7 children, he never said a single word to her. But at the 8th one, he was not able to restrict himself. He went and he asked Ganges, what you are doing? Why you are killing this innocent child? And immediately Ganges, she said, now I have to leave you. I have to go back to my own place. That's what our condition. And I am taking this son also with me. Actually, these are the Ashtavasus who were got cursed by Vasishtha. And just to get them liberated from the human body, I am doing this. But because of your inquisitiveness, this 8th Vasu is not got liberated now. Now he has to stay in this material world. So, to train him properly, I am taking him to heavenly planets. And she took him. And she named him as a Devavrat. And Devavrat got his Vedic knowledge from the spiritual master of demigods, that is Brihaspati. He learned all the weaponry science from Agni, Vayu, Indra, all that trained him in Yuddha Shastra. And then when he got at the age of 18 or 20, Mother Ganges brought him back here. One day when Maharaj Shantanu, he was not having any kids, neither a wife, he was alone. He was totally frustrated and he was walking on the banks of Ganges. He saw that suddenly there is no water in river bed. It looks like someone has stopped that water somewhere. So he was just kept driving his chariot towards the place where that water got stopped, that source. And he saw there that someone has put a big barrage there with the arrows. And he was looking around, who has done that? Then he saw one very strong, healthy and very powerful looking person. And he asked him, who are you? And why you have barricaded this Ganges? Then he said, I am Gangaputra Devavrat. And that time, Mother Ganga, she appeared and she handed him over to King Shantanu. Then he coronated him as a Yuvraj, who is going to be a king now. And then he started traveling. So one day he happened to come on the bank of Ganges again, and there he saw the Matsya Gandha, the daughter of Urvashi, who was taken care by one fisherman. And he fell into love with her. He wanted to get married with her. But the father of that girl told him that whoever borns from her, he will become a king. You promise me that, then you can get married with my daughter. Then Shantanu, for him it was not possible. He said, just forget it. Because I have already one son and who is so powerful. So it's not possible. And he came back. But he was in distress. So, all the ministers, they asked him, but he never said a single word. But from his chariot driver, Devavrat came to know the real cause behind his father's distress. And he came to that fisherman and he took a vow that whoever takes birth from your daughter will become a king and I will protect them. And to protect them, I will not get married also. Because right now, I may not become king, but my sons, if they born and they become powerful, they will not be able to restrict that thing. So it's better that I will not get married, sir, as long as I am alive. And because of that particular vow, he was known as a Bhishma. Bhishma means particular. No. Bhishma means not vow.
Strongly determined.
Yes. Very strong in his determination. So today we have discussed about two people who are really strong, and they are the Mahajanas for us. So if you want to advance in your spiritual life, you need to take shelter of these personalities. You should offer the prayers what they have offered. And that's why in Srimad Bhagavatam you can find there are wonderful prayers offered by Maharaj Dhruva and Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev has offered such a wonderful prayers at the end of his life. If you really read them, they are amazing. You will understand that what is the mood of pure devotee, what they really desire in their life. And then, after a long time, he was not able to beget a child from that Satyavati. Being a king, if you are not capable to have a son or progeny, then it's very difficult to digest. Then he came to this particular place, which is known as a Shantanopana. And there he performed his austerities. And Lord got pleased with his austerities and blessed him with the sons. Since then, there used to have one temple, and deities were known as Shri Radha Shantanu Bihariji. Till date, they are having their kund. This kunda is there around the temple, and in between they have a temple on the hill. So you have to climb up near about 100 steps, and then you will reach to the temple. And they have there this beautiful deities of Shantanu Bihariji. Even today also, the couple who are not able to conceive child, they go take bath in kunda and offer their prayers to Lord. Then they get blessed with the child. Even today people are getting result for that. So thank you very much for being with me on this tour to Madhuvan to Shantanukund. Tomorrow we will walk from Shantanukund to Radhakund. There are wonderful places in between them. And Lord has performed very wonderful activities there. If you hear them, there are particular anarthas which are there in your heart. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says they get wiped out. So, give me chance to help you out for that. Please come tomorrow also, and we'll have this wonderful parikrama. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Vrajmandal parikrama ki jai. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki